We are live.
All right. Good morning. Let's give it just a minute here to let people load in. Thanks for joining on this beautiful Tuesday in May.
That it is.
It's got the nice background there. All right, let's go ahead and just get started. Good morning. Thank you for joining us again in this next edition of the Works with DW Spectrum webinar series. So this morning we are glad to be joined by a new technology partner. Definitely not a new company, but really excited about partnering with Keri Systems. So we've got Ed Hendricks on the line here, and Ed's going to take us through Keri Systems and how it works with DW Spectrum. Ed, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, good morning. So Keri Systems now integrates with DW Spectrum, and we're equally excited about that as well. So for those who might be new or newer to Keri Systems, I'll just give a little bit of background here. Keri Systems has been around since 1991. Our founders actually came from the original Indala when about the time that Motorola acquired Indala in 1989-90. We are still headquartered in San Jose, California. And since then, since that time, we've grown to about 4,000 dealer integrator companies worldwide. And here in North America specifically, we support both dealer integrator direct channel, as well as we have a long history with the wholesale channel, the ADIs, the Wescos, Alarmaxes, SES, on and on and on. And great history with that business channel as well. So just a little bit of information on the benefits of integrating Keri Systems with DW Spectrum. It is an integration to Keri's Doors.net on-premise client server platform. It is a seamless platform for your access control and security management. We do support multiple controller types. It is not just proprietary to our PXL and NXT and EntraGuard controllers, but it also does support True Mercury. And with that, there's a variety of features that all comes along. Some standard, some are add-on optional, but everything from elevator control. We have 3 manufacturers of wireless locking solutions. We now have VMS integration with Digital Watchdog and others, IP video intercom, visitor management, turnstiles, and gated entrances. All right, next for me there.
Next.
There we go. So, why would you want to do the integration? Well, the 2 big things that we see the most of, at least on our side, your video side might be even more, but the event triggers and providing real-time security are the 2 big pros to doing a VMS to access control integration. And when we rolled this out, we wanted to keep it easy and simple. It's an easy video plug and play configuration. It is compatible with any of our Doors.net versions of 5.00 and later. We're currently on 5.10, and also works with both our standard and professional editions of Doors.net. And what's the cost to integrate? 0 on Keri's side. We do not charge a connection fee. We do not charge a camera license. Again, we wanted to keep it easy and simple and give the power to the integrator to make this the systems more robust. So with that, I think the next screen, we go right over to Mitch and start showing how to set up this integration.
So I'm going to stop sharing and we'll take a look at the actual integration. All right.
All right. I do need to share my screen.
Yes, you do.
All
Should
right.
be able to.
Can everyone see?
Yep, look good, Mitch.
Doors on it. Great. Okay. Thanks. Thanks everyone. And for allowing us to present this morning. So as Ed mentioned, the cost to integrate with video in our access control software platform is free. The download of the video plug and play software comes directly from our website. Once it is downloaded, and your license is properly set up for the number of cameras that you would like to integrate, you will see in the hardware tree here a section for cameras. Okay. And all we have to do is click add a camera. And from the video device dropdown, we come down and we pick digital Watchdog. We click add and we expand on the camera list. We have digital Watchdog cameras that we can expand upon. And here is the new camera that I have just added. We have some other digital Watchdog cameras that have already been configured. So we'll just click on one of those and I'll show you what the properties are. Very little information that you really need to do to set this up. It is very easy to do. The most important information is down in the bottom on the right-hand side of the screen, digital Watchdog configuration. Just put in the information about the DW Spectrum VMS server or URL. Just type that in. We use port 7001. Whatever the login is to the VMS server gets entered in the username and password fields. The camera identifier is probably the most important piece of information that you need. This is exactly how the camera is identified on the VMS server. That information goes in right here. So we can connect our software with the VMS server. And in the camera name is a descriptive name as well as the description up above. And that's it. I mean, once you've done that, you can check to see that all your settings are correct simply by coming back over to the left-hand side, click on the cameras tab. This is a listing of all the cameras that you've configured. Click on one camera and then click the live video button and it will pop up that camera just like that. And that's as simple as it is to set up the cameras. There's an unlimited number of cameras you can set up. You just have to let us know in advance and we'll set you up with the proper capacity or number of cameras in your license. And you're good to go on the camera setup.
Yeah, let me just clarify that last point Mitch made there. So the Doors.net license key is set to a default of 4 cameras. Mm-hmm. If you need more than that, if you need 19, if you need 82, you simply contact your Keri salesperson. We coordinate the license key and we can do a live update to increase that camera count beyond 4 to whatever total number of cameras you need on the integration.
Exactly correct, Ed. And so once your camera is set up and you verify that you do see live video, the next step in the process is to set up the actual integration between when you want to record, not record video clips, I'm sorry, when you want to tag the video in the VMS system on specific events that occur within the access control system. And for that, I will switch over to Travis and he will show you how to set up the alerts and the triggers.
All right. Let me share the screen. Let me know if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
you do see doors.net?
Yes.
So after you have your camera configured, you can go to the camera tab, verify with a live video. Live video will pop up for the camera. You can tell it's live because the title says it's live. Once you verify that, you can actually go into your reader and you can link the reader to the camera. When the camera and the reader are linked, anything that happens reader related, whether it's access granted, access denied, reader mode control, unlock, temp unlock, things of that sort, everything is applied, will tag the video in our live events and our reports. You can also set up some filtering to do certain things. So in the filter setup, under setup filters, this is kind of where you're going to set up your access control system for what messages do I want to display, like let's say on a standard filter. That's probably one of the favorite ones that I use most of the time. So standard filter already has pre-selected. We've gone through everything that we think is important for standard, but you can add and remove message types that come across as you see fit, depending on what you want, what you don't want them to see. If it's not in live events and you have it filtered out, we are not going to log it for a report. So there's quite a bit in here, but the most important thing when it comes to video is under the video tab, there's a couple options. So on an access denied, never at the schedule, I want to show the camera. What that's going to do is anytime you get access denied, never at the schedule, it's actually going to pop up the camera live. So as that transaction is occurring, the client's going to go pop the live video for that when it's never at the schedule. There's also invalid schedule. So let's say it's like a graveyard shift and they're coming in early, and you want to pop a video just to see what's going on out there. You can set that up, hit the plus sign, just hit the show camera and save that. The other part to it is alerts. So those are set up with device types. I already have one in here, access denied. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to display it. I'm going to show video. I must confirm it. So anytime that message comes across access denied, on a acknowledge, so back over to filter, back over to the acknowledge, I have it selected the access denied invalid schedule. So anytime I see an invalid schedule, I'm going to get an audible alert in the Keri System client, and I'm going to show the video for that camera. But first off, we're going to do with the access granted in live events. So that is going to be like that. It's going to pop up the live event because I have it set to do that. That's basically what we're doing there. The post and pre-alarm settings for the camera can be defaulted. They're set for 10 seconds. I'm not sure if Mitch showed you guys that area, but you can do pre and post for the event. Right now it's set for 10 and 10. So if we've got that set up, that should give me a 20-second playback clip. The way that we do things is based off of timestamp controller. So whatever timestamp controller time is, so 10, 12, you'll see this clip here. So if I double click on the clip and hit yes to view the playback, the only thing we're doing is we're going to go request that playback. It may not have finished recording yet, but basically what we do is we go query the NVR and give it the time that we want to start that transaction and show the recording for, and then it will play that 20-second clip back in this window. That would actually change the playback, but right now it still could be live because it is recording. Doors.net does not handle any recording. We basically go to the NVR and say, hey, I want to see this clip at this time, and retrieve that video. So all the recording is still left on the NVR setup, VMS setup. That's one important note. Let's let that finish. See if we can get a playback one to pop. A lot of traffic, it could be a long clip, but that's basically it on that. So, and then
Okay.
on the not in file, that's going to pop up invalid schedule. You have a playback for the clip there too as well. That should have popped. Oh, I don't have it set to pop. So I'm gonna put show camera on that. But I did get an alert. So there's my alert coming in. Then can confirm that alert. There it goes.
There's your pop.
Yep, video pop. So it's pretty robust. I mean, it very straightforward, very simple way to integrate the video to the Keri Systems client. Let me see if I can get this playback clip now. No, probably all those cars. Do you know if that street's blocked out?
I do not. I have to check that with that particular system. That particular system is a demo system, so the configurations kind of change all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got it configured right, you would get playback there.
Yeah.
Motion recording. It's probably usually what's happening is if you keep seeing the live video, because like I said, it'll flip to playback. I've seen it. We've seen it flip to playback. We've tested it. The reason why it could be is because, like I said, it's still recording that big clip. So it is always going to record whatever the, like I said, since we're sending in timestamp controller, hey, give me that at 10:12. If that video stream is still going on and still recording, then it's not going to get it back until it finishes. So I've seen it take up to a minute or two to get the playback, because it's going to get that whole entire clip for motion detection. So
I do want to add one thing to what Travis is saying. You know, this is not just a local video integration. You don't have to be on site in order to do this. Travis is in the Midwest. I'm on the East Coast, and the cameras you're looking at are in California. So it is, you can basically pull the video from anywhere you happen to be, as long as you have the right permissions within Doors.net software and you have connectivity back to wherever Doors.net is running.
Yep.
So I just want to clarify one thing from Mitch. When you're adding the camera, you use the term camera identifier, and you did connect to our demo system there in California, and it looks like you're using the camera title as the identifier. Is that correct?
However the camera is identified in the VMS system is how we put it into that camera identifier field. So we're just copying it from whatever the VMS is calling it.
In the camera title in the VMS.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the field. So all you're doing is logging into DW Spectrum. Go to the camera in the camera settings. Go to the camera title field, and then just copy and paste that into Doors.net.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Patrick, I do have one more thing to show you.
Yeah, please.
Let me go ahead and share again. So whenever you're configuring it, once you've added your first camera and you go back to the camera tab here and hit live video, once it pops the live video and has the select camera, you can actually change it by clicking on that camera and hit change camera. So one of the benefits is if you're adding another one, you can actually copy that out and just go ahead and add another camera, and then that's your camera identifier, right? Because that's the camera identifier for that one. So we whenever it does the first one, it's going to query the rest of the server.
Yeah, so that's the system in Cerritos, and that particular system actually has 2 servers in Cerritos and 1 in Tampa. Mm-hmm. So all those cameras are across multiple locations.
Yep.
So that's Tampa there. That you can add that in there. Good.
Yep. So it makes it pretty quick if you're adding multiple cameras off of one system.
Yeah, absolutely. Make
There's
it easy,
the LPR.
right?
Yep. Make it easy. So you can just copy that out, Control C it, and then paste it into the next one and keep going. So